What is up? Welcome, everybody, to the Alchemical Life podcast. This is the podcast that redefines transformation to help athletes prevent injury, improve performance, and achieve more in both sport and life. It is your host, Abigail Crow. Man, it has been a while since I've done a podcast, and not like I was really that great at doing it before, but it feels weird, and it's definitely different doing it by myself. So this first episode might be a little bit weird, but I'm Abigail. I am the founder of Alchemical Training, have an in-person online coaching business, working to create hopefully a business that can go worldwide. Mrs. Worldwide. Who's that? Pitbull? No. Flo Rida? Shit. I mean, who's Mr. Worldwide? Whatever. Anywho, this podcast is going to be a lot of things. It's going to be some solo dolo episodes with just me, and those might be a disaster. Oh, I'm already bumping the microphone. Those might be a disaster, and they might be good and fun. I foresee myself having quite a few guests on, and I want the topics to be all over the place. It's the Alchemical Life podcast, so I wanted to incorporate obviously a lot of topics on sport and performance and longevity. That's what I am good at. That's what I enjoy. That's what I love. That's what I love helping people with. So I hope that a lot of coaches and athletes come to this podcast, coaches so that they can listen, learn, talk shop, correct me, and athletes so that they can come and I can take topics that might be fairly complex and distill them down into really digestible topics for them to listen to and apply to their own training. And hopefully also have some fun. Hopefully also have some topics where people can just come on and listen and we can just talk about life because it's the Alchemical Life podcast. And the more time that I spend in the training room and coaching clients, the more that I realize that strength training, endurance, speed, power, all of these things, any kind of health and fitness, it really permeates your entire freaking existence. And the one kind of bleeds into the other. And so that's why it's the Alchemical Life podcast, because it's about life and all the shit that goes on in it. So without further ado, welcome to the podcast. I think we're going to get right into a topic. We're going to talk about I think I'm going to make this a series because, to be honest, I don't foresee me wanting to be speaking on a podcast for longer than like 15, 20 minutes at a time right now. And so I'm going to segment these out into segments, and this segment is going to be about recovery. So how to make the most of your recovery as an endurance athlete, as an athlete in general, or as a general fitness enthusiast who just likes to go really hard in the freaking paint, which I have a lot of those people show up. And I yell at all of them. Anyways, so a couple of things that we're going to discuss. We're going to go into some main topics, which we'll talk about in later episodes, looking into sleep, nutrition protocols. Are you doing too much? Are you doing too little? That is something that is I'm going to dive into pretty deeply just because I think nobody does too much. They do too much of the wrong things and they do too little of the right thing. Do too little of the right things. I did say that correctly. And then we're also going to talk about adaptation, efficiency in sport, because what happens when you do a sport, you start getting good at it, and then to get better at it, you have to do more, and then you have to start realizing that maybe I have to do more, and then I have to back it off smart, and then start again, and go back at it, and then maybe I have to approach this from a different perspective so that I'm not doing just like more all the time until my whole day is running and swimming and lifting, and I literally don't even see my kids anymore. I don't even think I have a husband anymore. I definitely don't have a job anymore. I haven't been there in weeks, but I'm jacked. So that's all that matters. And so those are going to be the topics that we dive into more so in future episodes. Today we're going to talk about what is recovery, why do we care about recovery, and then how to discover if you are in fact under recovered potentially. I'm also getting used to, if you're watching the video version of this, looking at myself versus the camera versus my notes that I have pulled up. So my eyeballs are going to be all over the screen and you're just going to have to be all right with it. Okay? So why do we care about recovery? what is it? Well, we care about recovery because in order to actually improve performance long term and prevent injury and do it for a long time, we have to be able to recover from the hard training that we've done. In fact, that is actually what gets us where we want to go long term, is we do the hard stuff and then we recover from the hard stuff, and then we can go back and do the hard things again. Okay? That is why we care about recovery. What exactly is recovery? Well, recovery is going to look like a lot of different things. It might look like sitting on your couch and doing nothing. Recovery might look like a walk. Recovery might look like a training session. Recovery might look like cold immersion or sauna or massage. Recovery might look like just sitting down and eating a good meal with people that you love. Recovery might look like drinking a glass of wine with your significant other. Recovery, often, whatever it may be and whatever the best thing is for you in that moment, oftentimes all distills down to one thing, and it is removing a stress stimulus and promoting an environment that stimulates a parasympathetic response, and a response that allows you to sit, chill out, and your body can do the processes that it needs to help you get stronger, faster, and have better endurance, improve speed, improve power, improve hypertrophy, look fucking sexy, get jacked, beat every single person in every single race ever, okay? So, why do we recover? While physical work is crucial for improved performance. What did I just fucking say? While physical work is crucial for improved performance, part of the work is doing nothing. What recovery looks like, it's not always doing nothing, but it's getting away from your sport for just a brief moment, okay? Metabolic repair is required post-exercise for optimal performance, right? You've got glycogen depletion, aka we got to refill the nutrients and the macro and the micronutrients, actually. You have protein degradation occurring, right? Your body's just been through the shitter. You need to get some protein because your muscles are like, fuck, I did a lot of stuff. You might have some kind of metabolite leakage that's occurring in your training session. I know people don't always like the word metabolite leakage, but that to me is the most makes sense in my brain way to put it. AKA you have things metabolically, cellularly that are accruing post-exercise. They're not great. Okay, not great. You have hormone disruption, right? Because your body had to release hormones in order to do the activity, and then after the activity, your hormones are like, top me up, bruh. Top me up, okay? And especially with endurance, right? You got these muscle groups that are repetitively absorbing and producing force across time, which is going to generate a lot of fatigue, right? You're tired. You are inflamed. You've got all these metabolic leakage. You have these waste products that have built up. It demands rest of some sort, okay? So the next question is, are you under-recovered? All right, are you, what are we actually dealing with here? I'm going to go through this whole list, and I'm going to tell you the one thing that actually, caught me in my own shit and made me realize that I was under-recovered, all right? And it's going to be the saddest one, all right? So the first one is, do you have brain fog? This is pretty standard procedure. If you will know you have brain fog if you have brain fog. Because you'll be like, do I have brain fog? What did I have for lunch today? I honestly haven't even listened to the last 5 minutes of Abigail's podcast. You have brain fog, all right? Constant soreness. You're just always sore all the time. That is actually not a good thing. I know people think that they're hard Dave for being sore all the time. No bueno. Not good. If you're in physical pain, you are actually in pain, not good. Chronic fatigue, worse sleep, poor sleep. Okay, so my sleep has gotten worse, or it's just crappy. I'm always tired. If you look at the alarm clock and you're like, if I could throat punch an object and they would feel it, I would do that to my alarm clock right now. Then, that's a problem. Okay, if you wake up and you're at coffee cup number 3, and you're like, I could actually go right back to sleep right now. That's a problem. All right, so chronic fatigue and poor sleep, bad. What time are you going to bed? What time are you waking up? Is your circadian rhythm off? Are you going to bed and waking up at different times all the time? Are you on your phone right before bed? Are you on your phone right when you wake up? Are you slamming caffeine right when you wake up? All of these things are going to contribute to that, so we're going to get into sleep later. Do you have increased cravings? I know my females are like, yeah, I have increased cravings, babe. Once a month for a week, okay? Fuck off. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all the time. Like you could finish a great lunch and you'd be like, I need to go get a Snickers bar right now. That's what I want. This bag of chips over there, I am sexually attracted to this bag of chips right now. All the time. Just honestly, health food could just, fuck health food. Whole foods, non-processed, get them out of here, okay? Increased cravings is going to be a big issue. Because that means we probably have some hormonal disruption going on across time. And this goes into my next point, which is if you have mood swings or hormone markers flagged in your blood work. If you are a competitive athlete and you're not getting blood work at least twice a year, please reconsider. You want to get blood work and you want to be working with a coach that can read blood work or working with a coach that knows a coach that can read blood work that can decipher all of these things for you. Okay? So mood swings, hormone markers flagged in your blood work is going to be a big sign that you are under-recovered. The next thing is going to be if you have any kind of weight gain, bloating, gut issues. Problem. Gut issues are huge. Honestly, hold on, I got a cough. I'm fucking dying. Weight gain, bloating, gut issues. If you're just off the wall, eating like crap, treating your body like crap, you're going to have weight gain, bloating, and gut issues. And it could be that not that you're under recovered. It could be that you're just treating your body like shit. And so that's its own thing. But if you're eating pretty good and your diet has not changed too much and you're starting to experience some weight gain, you're feeling bloated after meals that normally don't make you feel that way, or your bloating is much worse than usual, and you have a lot of gut issues, right? Inflammation, you've got, loose stool, you've got no poop to be seen in the past 3, 4, 5, 6 days. That's a huge problem because gut inflammation is going to be a huge indicator that we have a problem with systemic inflammation in the body. And also we've got probably some kind of issues hormonally that are affecting the gut. And also it can lead to things like if we have issues in the gut, we have candida growth or we have leaky gut, right? Our nutrients aren't being absorbed properly and then we're not going to be recovered anyways and then we're going to feel like shit and da-da-da-da-da, okay? If you have actual decreased performance, right? You're just like, dude, a month ago, I was freaking running 630 miles, and now I'm running barely 645s. I'm actually clocking 7s on some, and I don't know what's going on, and I feel like, I feel slow. I feel slow AF. Or, you're lifting, and you're just like, dude, I used to be able to single arm dumbbell row like 80 pounds for reps. And now if I even look at 80-pound weights, I tear my bicep. I don't understand what's happening right now, but I can't do what I used to do. That could be a sign that you're under-recovered. Or your training program is shitty, which also usually leads to under-recovered state. An under-recovered state. I'm going to move on. That decreased performance is another one. Poor immune health. If you're getting sick all the time, pretty straightforward. If you are that person where you're just like, dude, I don't know how you're sick all the time. Like, do you walk in front of a sneeze? Like, do you go and seek out snot to just rub on your body? I don't understand how you're getting sick all the time. Then that's definitely a sign you're under-recovered. And then here's the one that flagged me. I'll actually give the other one, and then I'll go to the one that flagged me. Increased resting heart rate and decreased HRV. So increased resting heart rate would be like, at rest, my heart rate used to be 42, and now it's 47. That's fucking bad, okay? Especially across time. You're at 5 BPM on average higher than your 30-day average. Something's up, and then decreased HRV. We want an increased HRV. We want our parasympathetic state to be over here in its corner, and we want our sympathetic state to be over here in its corner. And when we exercise, we want our sympathetic state to be like, my turn, bitch. And when we're chilling, hopefully even at work and in life and with the kids, which this never happens, your sympathetic state is going to come out, but it's fine. But we want, for the most part, all the rest of life to be like parasympathetics, just walking in like, what up, bitches? I'm here, okay? If your HRV is down, that means that the difference between parasympathetic and sympathetic is not as different as it's supposed to be. And they're starting to look a little one and the same. And that is a problem. That means we're not being able to shift between two states. And we're probably chronically sitting at one or the other a little bit too often. All right? Not ideal. So, last one. And the one that is really what got me. Where I was at a place actually where I had all of these symptoms. Every single one of them. Do you know how I made this list? I wrote it because I was just like, what happened to me 6 months ago? And then I went to ChatGPT and I was like, what are other signs that you're under recovered? And ChatGPT was like, there's nothing. Literally nothing. You have listed all of the things. Okay, ChatGPT, thank you. The 4.0 model is a little bit cruel sometimes, okay? Y'all hop on that. But the last one is lack of enjoyment for exercise. That is what got me. Because I had brain fog, soreness, pain, no sleep, cravings, mood swings, weight gain, bloating, hormone fucked up, performance was not that great, resting heart rate wasn't that great, getting sick and shit. And I was like, I'm good. But when I showed up to the gym, and I was like, I don't want to be here. And not only do I not want to be here, I resent being here. Me on the way over, I'm like, no. I think I would rather die than go lift weights, which is something that I absolutely love doing and have loved doing for my entire lifting history, a decade. I have loved lifting weights. When that happened to me, I knew that something was very wrong. If you are a runner, you love to run, you are a triathlete, you love to run, or you love to swim, or you love to bike, or a little bit of all three, hopefully a little bit of all three, because you gotta do all of them, unless you're just like, fuck swimming, I'm doing a duathlon, then that's its own thing. But anyways, if you're like, I love running, and you get to a point where you're experiencing several of these symptoms, and you're just like, I can't even put on my running shoes, then that's a problem. That's something that you want to look into, and that's a huge indicator that you are experiencing a level of, we're starting to really redline ourselves, and you're getting to a place where you can't even physically enjoy the thing that you love anymore because you are so under recovered and in such a I don't want to say dangerous because that's a strong word, but you're in a very precarious situation with your body and your training that you don't enjoy it. The mood that you have toward your training is now negative, and that is a huge problem. So those are signs that you're under recovered. If you are experiencing any of those, especially over 3 of those things, then next week when we start getting into some of the bigger areas of the hard-hitting areas to look at to help improve your recovery, you guys will, I don't know what the fuck I was even saying. Next week, if you're experiencing any of these symptoms of being under recovered, you'll be fucking interested in the topics and you'll want to tune in. Is what I'm saying. Because we're going to talk about sleep, we're going to talk about nutrition, we're going to talk about adaptation, we're going to talk about how to do less, how to do more and do less, how to efficiently allocate our time toward things, right? What it means to actually do less productively and what it means to do more productively. And so yeah, just fucking tune in. This is why I can't go. I'm at like 19 minutes and I think I'm tapped out. So welcome to the Alchemical Life podcast. This is the first episode, and I'll get better at this, but I've got to put it out now so that it's out there for the world to see. And also because I'm lazy and I need one thing that helps me make like 6 pieces of content and also helps all of you guys. So this is what you get. You get a little bit of a shit show long term, hopefully you get a real streamlined operation. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I will see you all next week. We'll keep the series going, figure out how to fix your recovery and recover better on the next episode of The Alchemical Life. Wow, wow, wow. Bye, y'all.